Hi, my name is Tom Gagliano, and I'll give you all my credentials in a minute. But I will show you how I am a family dynamics expert. But first, I'm going to ask you a very important question. Do you want to improve the relationships in your life, especially the most important relationship you have, and that is the one you have with yourself? You are the common denominator in all your relationships, the key ingredient to a happy life. So my question again is, do you want to improve the relationships in your life? Maybe you'll say, no, I'm good, and that's okay. Maybe you'll say, yeah, but I'm afraid of what will happen. That's okay. Maybe you'll say, I don't know how, and that's okay too. So what I'm going to talk about is how to improve those relationships in your life, how to take your life to the next level with yourself and with others. So at the very beginning, what I'm going to bring to you, and just stay with me for 30 seconds, a minute, and tell me if you can relate to this. I'm going to bring to you the most important relationships we have in our life, where it all started in the home. Our childhood messages, the very first messages we had, our caregivers showed us how to view the world and how the world viewed us. Would you agree with me? So those messages had a profound connections on the intimacy we have in our adult life or don't have. Our parenting skills, the careers we chose, and get this, even the roles we play. How many listening to this play the role of the people pleaser? Well, you just can't say no. Where do you think that came from? Childhood messages. How many of you play the role of the caretaker? Would you believe it's your responsibility to take care of everyone? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Childhood messages. What about the defiant role, where everything people say, you basically say, no, I'm not going to listen to you. You don't want to be controlled. Where did that come from? Childhood messages. What about the perfectionist role, where you feel like you always have to be perfect, never celebrating your victories, always running to the next dilemma? Where'd that come from? Childhood messages. What about the invisible role, where you feel like you're invisible in your relationships in your adult life? Where'd that come from? Childhood messages. So let's explore these childhood messages, the verbal and nonverbal messages we receive that affected the intimacy we have or don't have. It's so important to understand the power of these messages. Why? Because with self-awareness, we have a better shot of choosing positive actions, better choices. If I go to the doctor and I say, hey, doc, my foot's the problem, and it's my shoulder that's the problem, I'm not getting anywhere. With self-awareness, we could build better choices and better actions. And the third piece is, if I maintain these actions and these choices, now I'm taking myself to a new level. Now I'm building self-care. Now I'm creating healthier communications with those around me, and things are going to get better. So let's together work on which messages have helped us in childhood and which messages need a little bit of attention. Because at the end of the day, I'll say it in one sentence, without self-awareness, I won't know what actions to take. And without actions, I don't know what to maintain. That's my mantra I talk about in my book, The Problem Was Me. I'm going to tell you quickly. I have a master's degree in social work. I have a CMAT certificate in drugs and alcohol. I've been a keynote speaker for TD Jakes. I've been Dr. Oz. I've been on Sirius Radio with Jenny McCarthy, Wake Up with Taylor, Jenny Hutt, all these places, Newsmax, all over the place. But here's what I bring to you today. What I learned in a 12-step fellowship over many years. I'm a recovering addict. The message is given to me. The therapy I've been through in 20 years. And also how overcoming my own shortcomings. How I gave my children and others the healthy and positive messages that were denied to me in my own childhood. I had a terrible childhood. This is what I bring to you. I'm a best-selling author of The Problem Was Me with Dr. Abraham Tversky, and enough of that. Enough of me. I want to help you. So let's begin. Lasting relationships begin with healthy communications. Healthy communications build empathy, build internal and external boundaries, and help build self-care, which is so very important. And there are times when these communications become very uncomfortable. I get it. I know that. But unfortunately, those healthy communications may be the ones that create closer intimacy with you and those around you. What is intimacy? Into me. Intimacy. Into me. Very important. So these are the communications that'll help you. So before I begin to tell you on how I believe I've helped clients and helped my groups, I want to tell you what I do. I facilitate groups for men every week to teach them how to build intimacy, self-care, boundaries. If you're interested in joining one of my men's group, go to my website, theproblemwasme.com, or email me at thomasgagliano, nj@gmail.com. That's Gagliano, Gagliano. If you want couples consultations, email me, and I'll try my best to help you. So let's talk about these uncomfortable conversations that will enhance the intimacy you have with your partner. Because the one thing we don't want to do is do that destructive dance where we become victims to our partner, where we feel like they don't care about us, we don't care about them. So why the hell should I listen to their concerns when they don't listen to mine? Not good. Let me teach you how to do that. So again, I talk about conversations, how to start conversations. Start them in a loving way. Don't put your boxing gloves on. Talk about, I want to talk to you about our children. I know you love them and I love them. Let's work together. I want to talk to you about our relationship because I want to get close to you. Start right. Don't weaponize the conversation. Don't bring in the past. Unless you know a way to have a better past, and I haven't found it yet, don't weaponize it or you'll push your partner away. Validate their feelings. Even if you don't agree with them, you can hear them. I hear you. Anyone, children or a partner, if they feel like their feelings are not important, they'll feel like they're not important. And they're not going to listen to your feelings. I'm going to tell you right now, they will not listen to your feelings. Be curious with your partner. Ask them what's going on. What was the best part of the day? What's going on in work, children, whatever. Tell them that. When they do something that you appreciate that are nice, tell them that. Don't say, oh, they know that. No. Tell them, I appreciate what you did for me. Thank you for doing what you did to me. And sometimes a partner doesn't want to be told how to fix their problems. They want to be listened to. That's it. Listen to. Ask them, do you want feedback or you want to be listened to? You know, I could tell you from my children, so many times I wanted to fix the problem, tell them what to do. But you know what they needed? They needed a hug. That's what they needed, to know that they're important, like they're a priority. Listen to me. So many times in our conversations, what they need more than anything is a hug. So let's go into some of the areas I think that you can enhance the relationship with your partner. And that is, first, creating safe communications, as I said before, validating their feelings, telling them that their feelings matter. You don't have to agree. Make them, because when we have conversations with our partner, the key is to walk away feeling better. Better. I feel better I spoke to you. Not judged, not put down, better. And we want them to feel better too. So number one, create a safe environment where they can share their feelings with you, no matter what those feelings are. Next, I want you to think about for a minute, when you were a child, what did you want to hear from your partner? What did you want to hear from your parents when you were hurting inside? Let the compassion guide what you say and the way you say it. When your partner is hurting, when something happens to them that is really hurting them, don't jump in and tell them what to do. Think about, what would you want to hear from your partner at that stage, especially in your childhood? What did you want to hear from your mom and dad? It's really, really important to learn that. And it's important to understand the version of intimacy you received in your childhood, because it's going to show up in your adult relationships. What you see your parents do? Did they shut down? Did they run away? What did they do? Did they get angry? You're going to learn that that is what you should do, okay? Or you'll do the complete opposite. Trust me on that. It's the only version you have. So be aware of the version of intimacy you received and how you bring that into your adult life. Are you like your mom? Are you like your dad? Are you completely different from both of them? It's very important. You know, when I have couples, what I do is I make them role reverse. Let's say it's a husband and a wife. I make the wife play the role of the husband, and husband play the role as the wife, and I make them reenact their last conflict. Do you know what always happens? They argue from the very beginning. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. And you know what it teaches me, and it should teach you, is that what we hear is not what they say. Our filters are contaminated by the version of intimacy we learned as a child. Yeah, believe me, it does. That's why they can't even start the conversation, because what I say isn't what they hear. What they say isn't what I hear. It's important to understand that. Very important. So I talk about this time traveling process where what we hear becomes the voices of our past, and the same thing the other way around. Let's say I came from a childhood where my parents were very critical of me, right? Do you think that when my wife tells me something, I'm not going to hear it in a different way? She could tell me to take out the garbage, and I could say, she just said I'm an good husband. Believe me when I tell you this, it happens all the time. The time traveling process that I talk about. And then the wife is like, well, what are you getting so mad at? I didn't say anything wrong. All I said was blank. But the husband hears, you told me I'm not a good husband. We got to get on the same filters. Believe me when I tell you that. Do you want to be right or do you want to be close? When you have conversations with your partner, if you only want to be right, your partner is going to stop listening to you. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to tune you out. And what could happen is they'll act out with destructive entitlement, feeling like they're not heard, that they're not important. Destructive entitlements come from infidelity, going on chat rooms you shouldn't go on, acting out with alcohol or other areas. We don't want that. I'm not telling you that's going to happen. It could be more benign. But if all you want to do is be right, you're going to lose your partner's attention. I'm going to tell you right now. Another piece is be aware of your inner critic. If you got an inner critic like I have, in my book, The Problem Was Me, I had this warden sitting on my shoulder. My God, never told me anything I was doing right. Always ridiculed me, put me down. Don't trust people. Intimacy was supposed to be feared, defective. That's the version I got from my warden. Don't trust. Don't let anybody in. It wasn't the version of intimacy. It wasn't the definition of intimacy I received in the dictionary. Intimacy wasn't love, close, beautiful. It was be afraid, don't be vulnerable, you're going to be hurt. So I had to work on that. I had to get help. And trust me, it takes courage to seek professional help or to let others in. I'll help you with that. If you want to email me, that's fine. But at the end of the day, the worst critic I had was the one I saw in the mirror. Nobody put me down more than the one I saw in the mirror. I had to learn how to say I was sorry and know that if I said that, I wasn't going to be ridiculed. I had to learn how to admit my mistakes and not believe I was a mistake. All of these things I had to learn through therapy, through overcoming my own shortcomings. It was not easy. And you know what I learned? I couldn't wait until I felt like doing it. I had to do it before I felt like doing it. So what I learned is those uncomfortable conversations, the ones I didn't want to have, if I learned to do it like an adult in a healthy way, it helped enhance the intimacy in my life. And it actually made me feel better, but I couldn't wait until I felt like doing it. That I couldn't do. I had to do it beforehand. And as I began to build confidence, I began to feel like these uncomfortable conversations actually became comfortable. I felt better about myself. Felt like I was taking care of myself. Felt like I was giving those empathy, that they weren't trying to hurt me. These are the things I learned. These are the things I want to teach you. So as we go forward in these videos, please follow me on the Instagram at theproblemwasme.com. My website is theproblemwasme.com. It's after my best-selling book. I also wrote a book. Here you go. Don't put your crap in your kid's diaper, because the cleanup cost is going to last a lifetime. I'm not telling you to buy any of my books. My websites are free. Go there. I spoke in all of these places. I have my radio interviews with Jenny McCarthy and Sirius Radio on my websites. Have fun, free of charge. But what I want to tell you more than anything is you deserve a better life. Don't sabotage your happiness through your negative childhood messages. You deserve better than that. With me, let's take your life to a new level. And I want to finish with this. Take out what you can use here. Leave the rest. You don't have to agree with everything I just said. Take out those nuggets that can help you. Leave the rest. That's fine. I pray you have a better life, and I pray you have the life that you deserve. Be well. God bless you.